Hello, folks. Welcome to a webinar on how to sell yourself in a job interview, sponsored by Job Success.
Just by being a part of the seminar, you're telling me something about yourselves. And that is you're not just going to let this job market happen to you, you're going to make something happen. The purpose of this and the purpose of our time today is to get you ready to sell yourself in the job interview. You are in charge of yourself, and it's no one else at this point in this kind of marketplace. Let's all be truthful. We're going to look at skills and strategies that you can start doing tomorrow to help yourself in the market. Let's look at the attributes of the top job seeker. We believe there are three main attributes. First, we believe that you should have understanding of the company and the industry. That means you do a little research. You do a little research on where the company has been, where it is now, where it's going to be, what kind of products they sell, how they treat their customers, what kind of competitors they have. The truth is, the more you know about the company and the more you know about the opportunity and the job, the more, second part of the attributes, confident you're going to be. Now, the confidence is a key because it comes across in your voice. If you're leaving a voicemail message or talking to people face to face. This is Steve Carroll. If you are coming across as confident, you are in fact going to be ready to deliver yourself the proper image. Notice at the bottom the success formula. The success formula is the self-image divided by the image of what it takes to do the job. What that means is that if it's not a one-to-one relationship, there's going to be a problem. Think about it. If your self-image is too high for the job you're being interviewed for, you're going to feel like you're going below your attributes, going below your resume, going below your qualifications. And you're not going to be confident about if the job is a good fit for you. On the other hand, if your image of what it takes to do the job is so high, then you're going to feel like you're not adequate for the job. Either one is a recipe for failure. Third, you're going to need to develop some face-to-face skills. And that's one of the things we're going to talk about today. For the last 40 years, we've been training top salespeople all over the world. We're going to trade with you today some of those secrets that help you to sell yourself. And we look at those three attributes and move into the environment. You must understand the three attributes have a place in that environment, which is characterized by, we feel, four main characteristics. First, the characteristic of confidence. You must appear to be confident. Second, in your interview, you must be in comfortable conversation. Third, they must feel they can trust you. Fourth, there must be some level of rapport built with the interviewer. Now, rapport is a funny thing. Historically, we think of salespeople as schmoozers, people trying to connect all the time. That's all true. But in this day and age, we're past all that. Everyone's seen all the ads, they've seen all the bait and switch, and they've seen all the schmoozy salespeople, and they're beyond that. Therefore, true rapport must be built, a deeper relationship. Let's look at how you can build the environment. So literally you are saying to them, you can depend on me. First, looking at competence. Defining competence. Well, we call it the recruiter's perception of your ability to solve their relevant problems. Now, as you sit there and you look at that definition, if I were to ask you a very simple question, what is the one most important word in that definition? You would probably say perception. No, not true. You might say ability. No. The most important word in the definition is relevant. They need to know that you can solve their relevant problems. That is, that you can solve the problem they have in front of them that day. To fill that slot to do that job, to be part of the team, to be the department member. That means that you need to know a lot about the job and a lot about the company so that you are relevant in the discussions. Now let me help you with a couple of ways to do that. Specifically, first, you've got to be able to speak their language. By speaking the industry language, you tell them you're a player. I don't care if it's a retail jeweler. You've got to know the difference between fittings and mountings and what their uptimes are, what their downtimes are, how they look at the business, the importance of the divorcee marketplace, the target markets they operate in, or just the words they use. Now, how can you learn the words they use? Talk to other people that work in the business, the company, the industry. Find out what the words they use are so you can use them in your discussion. Second, stay current on news and publications that impact that company or that industry. It tells them you're paying attention and you're doing your homework. A very powerful word, homework. Third, follow the law of psychological reciprocity. Now, reciprocity means you reciprocate with someone. You trade this for that. It's not someone's a taker and someone's a giver. It's equal. It's a very important stance for the interviewer and the interviewee. Next, you want to know what the hiring process is early on. Let's say, for example, if you pass this initial interview, you're going to have multiple interviews. If there's going to be testing involved, you need to know that ahead of time. All because it's their process, and you want to integrate with it seamlessly, easily. You want to make it easy for them to buy you Inc. Remember that. Make it easy for them to hire you. It tells them you're a team player. Next, how to make an impression. How to get into comfortable conversation. We call it the ability to get someone to listen to you and to like you. Now, first, as you see, we've highlighted things like stories. Well, telling stories doesn't do much, but having a powerful exhibit, in other words, a powerful resume, is key. Now, the resume may have power words or power phrases, and I think of certain power phrases that I've read in resumes over the years. Let me run a few by you. Self-motivated, superior analytical skills, achievement-oriented, imaginative, demonstrated leadership, superior value, established record, high visibility